thought Tapit Trice was, he was clicking off 12s pretty steadily, and thought he looked great. I thought Kingsbarns and Major Dude both worked really well and started to put in some really strong gallop outs. I kind of pulled them up after the 3/4 mark on the radio and told them, let's wrap it up there. And I liked Forte's breeze. I know it wasn't flashy in terms of the speed, or the final time, but he got into a really good rhythm, and it just, he looked. I just watched the video again, and I mean, he was moving great, getting over the ground really well, galloped out all the way around to the kitchen, and just very, very much within himself. And when I talked to Irad before the work, I said, let's not overdo it, get a good work, but save something. So I think he was able to do that.
Where do you get your confidence in him to get the mile and quarter? The other ones he had the pedigree, and Kingsbarns obviously got close to a mile and quarter already.
I think the way he finished the Florida Derby, he looked like he was a beaten horse in the final 1/8 of a mile. He lowered down and found another gear, and to do that first time going a mile and an 1/8, then gives me confidence that he'll handle the extra 1/8. And just plus, he's got such a good disposition. He turns off easily, very rateable. Just everything he's done in his training, his gallop outs, and then the Florida Derby at a mile and 1/8 gives me confidence that he'll handle the extra 8.
Seems like with the exception of Sanford, this horse since he started almost a year ago has no setbacks.
Yeah, he hasn't. In the Sanford was, for those that are familiar with how the Saratoga track was playing at the beginning of the meet, I think that had a lot to do with it. He was the only horse in the race that really showed any interest late. He was gaining, just kind of ran out of time. And the good thing about it was he got a great education that day. He got a lot of dirt in his face, and I think it made him a better horse down the road. It was just unfortunate that he didn't really get a good crack at it that day. From the time he won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, we sort of laid out a schedule and a plan, and and literally including today when we, we're looking at the forecast, wondering, what kind of track we're going to have. We've literally never had to adjust anything that we had mapped out for him back to the Breeders' Cup.
I've seen since the Florida Derby sort of that same energy tank filling back up.
Yeah, I mean he's such a professional horse to train. He doesn't always tout himself every morning. He just kind of comes out here and does his job. But you can tell, like, the way he looks, the way he's maintained his weight, his appetite, his energy level, just everything, looks just the way you want with him at this stage.
And with Kingsbarns, obviously, the lightly racehorse each 2 weeks, what are you seeing with him?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this morning that was a really good work and strong gallop out. And, like I've said, my biggest concern is just the lack of seasoning. I mean, I think he's displayed, the talent level, and he's got a win at a mile and 3/16. So, it's just a matter of if he has enough experience in a big group like this.